So today we're beginning a couple of lessons on Cuisenaire rods. Cuisenaire rods are actually one of my favorite manipulatives for teaching math with children. I just found that it's so successful with kids in developing addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, estimation, and other very fundamental concepts. Three things I like to have kids do with the Cuisenaire rods. The first thing I'll have kids do, and I found this online, and I thought it was pretty neat. I have kids make a smiley face with, maybe not smiley face, orange lips with 2 rows of white teeth. So the kids would form out white teeth. So this is what teeth will look like. The lips and the teeth will look like. Kids really get a kick out of that. The next thing you do is you would ask kids, how many orange rods are there? How many white rods are there? How many white rods equal the same size as the orange rod? You don't want to make this too intense. You just want them to explore, and you don't want to tell them things right away. You want them to kind of come up with their own ideas. Instead of telling them all the information they always have to know. So just separating like this, they can have a better idea of how many white rods equals an orange rod. Now the next follow-up activity would be doing a similar exercise. Again, I found this online. I'll try to post up the link where I found this. The next thing that you can do with kids is you can do the same activity, have them make lips, but using the green rods, which is the number 6. So that would be the lips, and then you can have them use the red rods, which is the number 2. And again, have them make 2 rows of teeth. Ooh, that's a little funky looking. And ask them again, how many orange rods are there? How many red rods are there? How many red rods are equal in size to one of the green rods? And another thing you could do is, if you wanted, you could have them try to use other units to see if they could use the equal amount of units for teeth. For example, you could ask them, can you do the same with a yellow rod? Will you have 2 rows of teeth? Will they fit all the way across the green rods, the lips? No, they don't. You could have them try a larger number, like number 7, which is a black rod. You can ask them the same question. Obviously, it doesn't fit. And you can ask them, what other rods could you use that would make equal rows and fit exactly along the green lips. And they might say right away, they might say the white rods. Or they may not come up with the idea that you can only use white rods. And they might just need to experiment until they come up with that idea. Sometimes with manipulatives, even working with an adult, having adults model some things, but sometimes with adults get a little carried away, and it turns from exploration activity into a strict lesson plan. And I think, again, with exploring Cuisenaire rods, it needs to be more about exploration and a child making some observations, generalizations on their own, away from parents telling kids what they think they should know. Another activity that you can do that's really simple and quick is you can have kids build people using number values. So, for example, for if kids have a value of numbers, and what you could do is you could have them build, use the number 5, and say you're going to build a person, number 5. So you're going to have a head, 2 arms, and 2 legs. Or you could go into a larger number, like the number 10. Now if you have the number 10, you could do a couple of varieties. So you could use the 5 rod and 5 1 rods and build a man out of 10. And see if you can make any other combinations using the number 10. So one combination you could do is possibly, let's see, 3, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can have a head over here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. And you could have kids come up with different ideas and different combinations. Kids are creative. They'd probably come up with more combinations than I could think of. And then progressively make some of the numbers larger. So it's like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I mean, I wouldn't say too high, but you want kids to come up with to use a number and to break it up in parts of smaller numbers. And create a man of 15, but have them do so in many different ways. And I mean, whether they know it or not, they're doing addition. They're coming up with many different addition sentences. 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5 equals 10. And as well as many others. I mean, and the thing about it is they're always checking back. Is my number 15? Is it larger than 15? Is it smaller than 15? What other combinations can I do? So I think that's another great activity for kids. And the other thing I like to do with kids is I like to build houses and have the address as the number. I've done this with base 10 blocks, and I love doing this with Cuisenaire rods also. So kids will build a house using the number 10, right? So they would, let's see, they would have to use build a house, but using only rods that add up to the number 10. So here we have 4, a little chimney is 10. So that's one idea. And then we could have them use another number, maybe like 15. And we could have them do the same thing, 2, 4, 6, 8. You'll build a house like this. That's 8. 11. 14. And maybe a little doorway. And there we go, there's 15. Looks like a little castle. But again, kids are making numbers, and they're constantly checking back to see, if that house is made from 15 blocks, or is it more, is it less, what else can I do? So they're constantly thinking about different combinations. So that's another activity that I like to do with kids as exploration activity using Cuisenaire rods.